Hello everyone, my name is Andrew Metzger. I read the book Ology by Mr. Lindstrom. This book is basically a summary of Mr. Lindstrom's 3-year, $7 million neuromarketing experiment, which aimed to better understand consumer purchasing decision-making processes. This experiment began in 2004 and lasted 3 years, spanned about 5 countries, and included about 2,000 volunteers. Each of the volunteers were put through a series of different tests, including questionnaires, as well as being shown different commercials, brand logos, and other things that would trigger certain decision-making processes within the marketing areas. And then each of these volunteers was placed underneath either an MRI scanner or an SST machine, which is known for steady-state typography. Both of these machines would study brainwave movements triggered through different experiments, and then the scientists were able to decide which part of the brain was used after viewing each of these different logos and stuff like that, which would help scientists better understand which part of our brain it is opens up when we see certain brands, whether it's our decision area or whether it's a craving spot or something like that. Over the course of 3 years, Mr. Lindstrom set out to kind of disprove a lot of the myths and beliefs within today's marketing societies. And overall, his experiments disproved a lot of different theories out there to show that a lot of big marketing schemes, a lot of big companies that spend a lot of money on certain commercials or product placements, stuff like that, have had either little or no help towards their company. Many times customers couldn't even remember ever viewing that commercial or what brand they just saw or anything like that. Overall, he found out that certain things that worked best were certain product placement within television shows and stuff like that, mirror neutrons, which I'll tell you about in a second, subliminal messaging within advertising, a person's rituals, beliefs, superstition, and religion. And he disproved the theory that sex sells within society, which showed isn't very often true. He said for the mirror neutrons, which is a little way to describe someone's experiment, mirror neutrons are in our brain when we see certain things or see other people do certain things. It kind of triggers us to want to do those things, or maybe we see someone else doing something that reminds us of something else, which triggers our brain to want to go eat or do something like that. Basically, it describes how a lot of people in society buy certain things because other people in society have bought it and stuff like that. And overall, this book was a pretty good read. It was a simple book. It explained a lot, even though it was a pretty heavy, thorough experiment. Mr. Lindstrom was able to at least make it explainable to the rest of the general public. And I mean, overall, I personally learned a lot through this book. I mean, every time I watch a commercial now on, I feel like I'm paying more attention to, do I remember this, or do I remember that? Do I remember which brand I just saw? And oftentimes, as Mr. Lindstrom pointed out, I can't remember half the things I just saw. So it's definitely given me a whole new focus on everything that I do as far as buying and purchasing and everything like that. And it's going to keep me thinking that way for a long time. It's definitely a good book. It helped explain a lot of things that everyone know. I believe that, just like Mr. Lindstrom said, that neuromarketing could be a big thing within the coming future. You know, it scares some people due to ethical issues, but overall, I think it could be a very helpful thing to both marketers as well as consumers to help understand our own personal values and understanding for why we do the things that we do.